Hello and welcome. India Protection Quotient is a representation of how urban Indians are prepared for future financial uncertainties. However, we also know that India is a culmination of many states and cities, with each state or region having their own unique perception towards financial protection. With this edition of IPQ 3.0, we bring to you the complete roundup of how these many regions are feeling and preparing for their financial securities in these challenging times. Joining me is V. Vishwanand, the Deputy Managing Director of Max Life Insurance Company. Also Soumya Mohanty, the Managing Director and CCO of Kantar South Asia. I'm also joined by the power couple of Lara Datta Bhupati and Mahesh Bhupati. Also Rajan Pental, the Senior Group President and Global Head Retail Banking, Yes Bank. Also Sarabveer Singh, CEO of Policy Bazaar. Mr. Vishwanand, congratulations on completing another comprehensive Max Life Insurance India Protection Survey 3.0. Just to recap, overall protection quotient has increased this year, but urban India also feeling financially insecure. We also know that the women's protection quotient is on the rise, health and wellness aspects are gaining importance, but no such conversation in such a vast country is complete without our geographic coverage, as different zones, cities, regions may behave differently. What does IPQ 3.0 tell us about their behavior and attitudes?
Well, Sonia, at the outset, I'm very glad that we were able to conduct the IPQ 3.0 despite the pandemic being all over and interacting with these 5,500 odd respondents in the month of November and December across these 25 cities has been fantastic. This survey has now got maybe a flagship status because for the last 3 years we have a trend and comparisons of even pre-COVID and post-pandemic. How are the attitudes and behaviors of Indians changing, especially in urban India? So this has become something like a constant barometer, if you ask me, which is telling us how people view term insurance and, more importantly, financial protection overall. And you're very right, India is not a homogeneous country. It is heterogeneous. We have many maybe India consists of many mini Indias put together. And this particular survey, the IPQ 3.0, actually brings this to the fore.
Right.
If you look at it in two ways, one is the size of these cities, as in metros, tier 1, tier 2. And secondly, we can even look at geographies, as in the south versus north versus east versus west. So let me begin with the tiers. And this is a very interesting phenomenon that we're observing. We have what we call the protection quotient, as in people feeling protected financially, and we also have an underlying factor which influences that, which is the knowledge index.
Right.
So the score actually is leading in the metros as compared to tier 1 and tier 2. The scores of protection quotient in metros is 43, and the underlying knowledge index is at 59. Now, interestingly, Sonia, if you look at tier 1 and tier 2, this score keeps declining by almost 5 absolute percentage points into tier 1 and then into tier 2 as well. So you'll find that if metros are at 43 protection quotient, you will find tier 2 at 33 and tier 1s in the middle. And similarly, the underlying factor of knowledge index, which is awareness of the kind of insurance covers, whether it is term or endowment or unit linked, you'd find that that also pretty much mirrors this scale from 59 to 49 between metros and tier 2 and tier 1 being in the middle. So what does this all lead to? It leads to really the top 3 conclusions to my mind as far as geography is concerned. Number 1 is that the metros have a greater awareness and Indians in metros are feeling more protected, especially post the pandemic. Number 2, if you compare IPQ 3.0 versus the India Protection Quotient 2.0, you'll find that the rise, the increase is higher in metros, almost 4 absolute percentage points compared to the last year's survey in terms of absolute protection index, and the tier 2s having the lowest. So tier 1 has gone by about 3 points, metros has gone up by 4 points, while tier 2 has only gone up by 1 point. So it also shows that metros are not only high, but even the rate of increase in terms of protection quotient and feeling secure among Indians is higher in the metros.
No, it is actually, because especially where we've gone through a pandemic, once an event seen once in a century, it would be interesting to see that how much changes have actually been made in people's behavior, but yet, as you pointed out, it's so different in different parts of India. And Soumya Mohanty, I'd like to bring you in on that as well, because since Kantar actually conducted the survey, Ms. Mohanty, from the India coverage standpoint, how rich is the IPQ 3.0 study? What all can we actually get from it if we were to dig deep?
Thanks, Sonia. Vishy has actually made some excellent observation around regional differences as well as town class differences. India is a vast country, right? And it's an amalgamation of different demographics, huge geography. We have always tried that we have a significant representation statistically across urban India. First year, it was metros and tier 1. Second year, we expanded, we evolved, and we included tier 2. Making the study even more representative. And now we have surveyed 4,000 people across 25 cities, comprising 6 metros, 9 tier 1 and 10 tier 2 cities. It's a huge survey. And on top of this, what we have done is we have added an online digital sample of 1278 people to represent the digitally savvy urban Indians. So it makes me very happy to say that by far, this is probably one of the most comprehensive financial studies carried out during COVID-19.
Well, going across now to, our consumers in a sense, Lara and Mahesh, our special guests. Lara and Mahesh, over to you, coming from different parts of India. What is both of your opinions on different cities having varied views to financial planning?
Honestly, I don't really have an opinion, but I don't know if it is the right move. I think, financial planning is a very integral part to life in general. So, I think it should be a priority for every household in India.
Yeah, so I think, both of us come from quite a unique, or have been given quite a unique opportunity and a perspective through our lives. We've grown up in different parts of this country, and of course now we've lived in Mumbai and called Mumbai our home. But I think I've had the good fortune, being an Air Force kid, to really experience a little bit of India and the way people live across this country in many different ways, from being stationed at different bases. But for example, for me, growing up in Delhi, being they say कि दिल्ली है दिल वालों की, चेन्नई है सोचने वालों की, और मुंबई है पैसे वालों की. But of course, I think both for Mahesh and myself, a large bulk of earning, a large part of our careers have actually born or stemmed from being in Mumbai. And yes, I definitely think that, being in Mumbai, the way that you invest is slightly different. But I think the one thing that's across the board is the fact that regardless of where you're coming from, having some amount of financial protection, making sure that you're investing, savings that you've put away, making sure that they're making enough for you, but also that you have just sufficient amount of cover, protection cover, to ensure, security for yourself, for your loved ones, for the people in your family. I think that's a really, really important aspect of every Indian's financial planning for the future.
Lara, yes, and I think it's important to so many families. Mr. Pental, if I could bring you in here, what do you think that insurers can do to minimize the wide protection gap between metros versus tier 1 and tier 2 cities? These cities need a lot more education and awareness, as these are an important part of financial education. So what do you think this category has to do to increase this awareness more?
So it's an interesting question, and I think one of the questions which crosses mind of any kind of distribution which is around the financial products. What is more important to understand is that while it has taken 2 decades for the markets in the urban market to come up the level in terms of maturity on the products, on the offering, on the digitization, on the touch points, I think that level of maturity in all these elements in the rural markets is missing. What is important is that we have to understand that tier 1, tier 2 and the rural markets are actually growing at a great pace. The majority, the understanding of these markets, their saving habits are coming more or less closer to the urban counterparts. So the same philosophy of taking the model of urban markets to rural market, I think would be a disaster to even think about it. Look at it from a perspective of what kind of customer profiles are prevalent there, and accordingly curate your products. Look at digitization. While it has to reach in the same form what is there in urban, but what is important is that maybe you have to play around on the language, or maybe you can create the products depending on the kind of businesses they are. The fact remains is the rural markets are emerging from joint families to nuclear families. So the dependence of family earning is actually today, instead of those 10 members, is maybe on 1 or 2 people. And if the protection products are sold to them according to their need, possibly it will reach faster. This would also mean, and this would also require, I would say, the training of all front-end people to understand how they have to distribute the product. So if we have a proper understanding of the profiles, of the businesses they come from, of the client segments, and the products are also curated as per their requirements, we will be able to, the insurance companies will be able to penetrate the smaller markets much faster, and we can possibly see the same momentum or possibly a much faster momentum as compared to the urban markets. But both the markets need to be treated very differently, and they have to be served very differently.
ऑफिस के कपड़े,
इम्पोर्टेंट प्रेजेंटेशन,
इम्पोर्टेंट स्कूल प्रेजेंटेशन है।
इन्हें भरोसा है आप पे, और आपका भरोसा मैक्स लाइफ इंश्योरेंस के 99.22% क्लेम्स पेड रेशियो पे। इंडिया के भरोसे का नंबर, मैक्स लाइफ इंश्योरेंस।
दवाई 2 घंटे में डॉक्टर्स भी मिलेंगे, सिर्फ 15 मिनट में बस एक टैप, हाँ बस एक टैप। हैदराबाद टू बैंगलोर, दिल्ली चेन्नई डोर टू डोर, आ गया अपोलो, जल्दी से ऐप खोलो, एक्सपर्टीज के लिए।
अपोलो की एक्सपर्टीज पाने के लिए डाउनलोड द अपोलो 24/7 ऐप। अपोलो 24/7, एक्सपर्टीज इज फॉर एवरीवन।
अभी कल ही की बात है जब इन हजारों लोगों को मीलों दूर उनके घर भेजने में लगे थे, और अब धीरे धीरे सब लौट रहे हैं, क्योंकि मुझे पता है कि जो भी मंजिल पर पहुंचेगा सेफ ही पहुंचेगा। अब तक तो आप समझ ही गए होंगे कि मैं किसकी बात कर रहा हूँ। स्पाइसजेट की हर फ्लाइट में कैबिन एयर सर्कुलेशन पे खास ध्यान दिया जाता है। कैबिन एयर को 2 से 3 मिनट में बाहर रिलीज किया जाता है। कैबिन एयर आगे से पीछे की बजाय ऊपर से नीचे की ओर फ्लो करती है, और फिर फिल्ट्रेशन के लिए नीचे ही एब्जॉर्ब हो जाती है। कैबिन में लगे हेपा फिल्टर्स, जो कि 99.9% एयरबॉर्न पार्टिकल्स जैसे कि वायरस, बैक्टीरिया, फंगस, डस्ट एटसेट्रा को फिल्टर करते हैं। इसका साफ मतलब है कि कैबिन एयर आपके घर, ऑफिस, हॉस्पिटल से ज्यादा क्लीन और प्योर है। इसके अलावा स्पाइसजेट की हर फ्लाइट में सिर्फ बोइंग अप्रूव्ड सैनिटाइजिंग प्रोडक्ट्स ही यूज किए जाते हैं। इन खास तैयारियों की वजह से पूरे कॉन्फिडेंस के साथ ट्रैवल कर सकते हैं आप, मैं, स्पाइसजेट के साथ।
What property should I buy? How much should I sell for and when? What are the best locations for property investments? Get your answers from experts with long years of experience in the realty markets on the most credible and practical property guide.
India Sotheby's International Realty presents The Property Show with Manisha Natarajan. Saturday at 7:30 p.m. and Sunday at 6:30 p.m. only on NDTV 24/7.
When you feel absolutely safe, you can have more fun.
Corner Stability Control, 5-star performance with 5-star safety. Altroz.
क्यों न हम तुम चले टेढ़े मेढ़े से रस्तों पे नंगे पाँव रे, चल भटक लेना बाव रे। इन टिमटिमाती निगाहों में, इन चमचमाती अदाओं में, लुके हुए छुपे हुए क्या तेरा हाल बावरे।
नए कलरफुल थर्मो स्टील फ्लास्क्स, मिल्टन, कुछ नया सोचते हैं।
ऑफिस के कपड़े,
इम्पोर्टेंट प्रेजेंटेशन है।
इम्पोर्टेंट स्कूल प्रेजेंटेशन है।
इन्हें भरोसा है आप पे और आपका भरोसा मैक्स लाइफ इंश्योरेंस की 99.22% क्लेम्स पेड रेशियो पे। इंडिया के भरोसे का नंबर, मैक्स लाइफ इंश्योरेंस।
Lara and Mahesh, Lara, we have of course seen you play various roles in films, from the upbeat metro girl in Houseful to a tier 2 homemaker in Billu Baba. How do you see the increasing influence of women in the household of financial decisions, and does it differ across the country?
So honestly, Sonia, I think I come from a very fortunate sort of a background where we are a very female, strong, sort of family, very sort of female-led family as well. And so for me, kind of being financially independent from a very young age, was something that happened quite naturally and organically. But I also feel that across the country now, you have so many more women that are earning members of families, that are contributing equally to the spend that every family has, are part of very important decisions. So I think when you have that kind of financial independence, when you have that kind of financial security, it buys you a seat at the table. So women are no longer kind of subjected to just being, the ones that made not the important decisions in life, but all the sort of background decisions, and where the men used to make primarily, were the guys who really called the shots on the financial decisions. I think that's changed a hell of a lot. So I know both for Mahesh and me, in our marriage and in our relationship, that we both have an equal say in a decision on what we want to do with our money, how we want to invest it, what is the kind of future that we want to secure. And these are things that, for us are very important to be joint decisions that are made.
Mr. Vishwanand, as a responsible private insurance organization, do you think something could be done for tier 2 cities and towns which have shown up as the least secure on all aspects of financial protection? Isn't this worrisome?
Yes, certainly, Sonia, it is very worrisome. And just like how Soumya had shared a little while ago, this is a trend that needs to be watched out for. Because if you look at the urban India and the rural Bharat, one cannot succeed in the mission of #ProtectIndia without rising both. If any part of India or Bharat for that matter is going to be left behind, this mission will not succeed, and India will feel undersecured, India will feel underprotected. So one needs to watch out for this trend. And we as an insurer have been seeing one silver lining though in tier 2 cities. The fact that in the recent survey IPQ 3.0, we observed that tier 2 cities have a higher propensity of savings awareness. So that's very interesting, because while they are feeling underprotected, the increase in savings awareness has actually been very smart, even higher than tier 1 and for that matter metro cities in absolute terms. If I recall, the score is close to 69 versus the others, the metros and the tier 1s being only in the mid 50s. So that's the good news. Now what it also means is that when the question was asked saying how protected do you feel as a family in case the breadwinner were to pass on, and will your savings last for more than a year, actually they had the highest scores. The tier 2 had the highest improvement in scores as well. So this is showing that there is protection awareness, but however the means to it is perhaps a little different. So rather than going for pure protection, they are going for the savings component as far as tier 2s are concerned. Now, so what do we need to do as an insurer? I think two things. One is to create awareness and education around this whole term insurance and protection category, especially in the 10 tier 2 cities of India. And the cities we are talking about is like perhaps Dehradun in the north, Raipur, or for that matter in the south, Tiruchirappalli. So these tier 2 cities, insurers need to play a bigger role in spreading awareness around term insurance. And how do we go about doing it? While the survey very clearly points out the continued reign and the success of agency and agents in spreading the word of insurance, nearly 2/3 of customers prefer the advice of an agent advisor. I think their effort can be complemented through new age digital tools, through digital calculators, do-it-yourself tools, which is now ubiquitous, and everyone has a smartphone. So I think insurers should leverage the digital media as well as bank officers. Now you'd see, Sonia, for every one insurance company's branch, there are more than 10 bank branches in India.
Right.
So why not leverage the bank network and spread this word of term insurance and get banks into the game of penetration of life insurance, especially term insurance in India.
Right. No, in fact, let's bring in our expert guest on that, Mr. Sarbvir Singh, to talk about, with the acceleration of technology, Mr. Singh, how does a digital platform like yourself plan to expand beyond metros? How are consumers accepting digital platforms in tier 2 towns?
So Sonia, I think, digital is the great equalizer, right? It makes everybody equal. Whether you live in a small city or a big city, you have equal access. What we've seen this year is that the growth rate of tier 2 and tier 3 towns in terms of inquiries is 3 times the growth that we've seen from metros. So clearly there is a lot of interest from, the smaller and mid-sized towns of India for insurance and for term insurance in particular. What we are really doing to make sure that these people are, they feel comfortable in buying online is we have special, teams which can talk in different languages so that we can talk in the language of the consumer. We have set up a process where we assign a relationship manager to each person who buys a term insurance. So they can, they know whom to speak to, whom they can go to for access. And finally, we made access to the policy easier for them. So in our app, not only can you store your policy, but you can also share that policy with your family members, because the whole point of buying term insurance, is to protect your family. So your family must know that you have this policy.
Lara and Mahesh, as a young, digitally savvy family, what would your message be to people around a similar family space on financial planning?
So for, practice what you preach. So I'll just advise, I think I'm no expert, but what we've done is I think we've secured our future from an insurance perspective. I've secured the future of my loved ones if anything untoward had to happen. And, I think that's the best we can do, because our aim always is to make sure that they have a lifestyle that we dream for them to have. And by getting adequate life insurance, I think that's what you do in general. So I think that's the key.
Yeah, and if I can also add to that, I honestly also feel that, what age you are at life, what position you're at professionally, all of that also kind of dictates the kind of financial investment that you can make, the protection that you can kind of invest into. So I do genuinely believe that we have a habit, when we first start earning or we first have some kind of income coming in, the initial thing is that, okay, I want to secure, well, most Indians have a thing that, okay, I want to buy a house, those become the priorities. But slowly, as your income also increases, it's really important to make sure that the lifestyle that you are creating for yourself, the lifestyle that you're giving your family members, your children, it's important that if for whatever reason should life throw you a curveball or things should go, like we had with the COVID year, things that you don't see coming, that your family does not need to become unaccustomed to a lifestyle that you have already created for them. So it's important to protect them from that, I feel. That, sometimes when things go wrong or there are issues that come up, that you have enough of a safety net through which you can function very, very securely and comfortably without having to, become worried or be tense about your financial security and your financial status.
Mr. Singh, as an open market digital platform, you have been actively propagating awareness. What is your take on term insurance trends in the country?
So Sonia, term insurance is, a slightly difficult concept sometimes to get your head around, because typically consumers are used to, buying insurance where they get some investment or some money back. So over the last decade or so in India, but term insurance has rapidly grown. We have been at the forefront also of promoting term insurance. COVID has, been a huge wake-up call for everyone, and, it has led to a, dramatic increase in awareness, especially in the beginning. So we are very hopeful that with the digital sort of, drive, as well as people having become aware of term insurance, this will only continue in the years ahead.
Right, and Mr. Vishwanand, bring it all together. India is a vast country with different mindsets, and we have seen term insurance gained across metro and tier 1, however, still lags in tier 2. Will you be able to unlock term insurance ownership in tier 2 in the future to make the mission successful?
I think the job to be done is very clear. The problem has been identified as tier 2 cities, where Indians are wanting to protect themselves and their families' financial future, but through a route of increasing their savings. Now, that is good. However, it is expensive. So, in fact, the survey also tells us that 31% of tier 2 Indians actually feel that they cannot afford a term insurance plan.
Right.
Now, the income profile of the respondents is actually closer to 5 lakhs, and I think that many of them actually own a car. Now, the car insurance premium typically is in the range of around 20,000 rupees. Today, probably there is need for insurers like us to spread the message that for on an average of 21,000 rupees, you can actually get yourself covered for about 80 lakhs of insurance cover. Now, this message has to be passed because we can't have 1/3 of tier 2 Indians, tier 2 city Indians feel that they cannot afford term cover. And that's one big change to be made, rather than go in for a savings plan which might be 80,000, 90,000 rupees, and the cover that you purchase will be pretty much smaller at about 9 lakhs or 8 lakh of rupees. So I think that is one big myth buster that insurers need to create in the form of awareness, especially in these tier 2 cities. And if you ask me in one line, the fastest cars have the best brakes. So I would urge all our friends in the tier 2 cities to actually adopt term insurance plans. It is for it is for all of us, and it is not privy only to metros or tier 1 Indians.
No, I think that's a great comparison. If you can afford car insurance, it's much better to insure yourself, your lives, your health with term insurance. So thank you to all my guests for joining us on the special show. It had great insights, and it's also the end of this year's series on IPQ 3.0. We hope to be back next year with IPQ 4.0. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.